Hello and happy Wednesday. Weston, what do you have to say?
Hello, ladies.
Very good. I wanted him to say hello, crafters, but that was a little hard for him to say, but he thought he could come up with that. We've been having a great time. He today really loves the ribbon, so I'll have to show you what that looks like by now. But it's been a great day, and when he's around, I always think it's kind of fun to have him as a special guest so you can see how big he's getting. So Sisters at Daycare, otherwise I'd have her on here too. So hope you guys are having a great St. Patrick's Day. And I'm here to show you guys card number 2 for Ginger Anderson's virtual stamp party. So I'll put him down so that he can go play and have fun with that. And let me show you today's card. I'm going to see if my iPad's up and running. Hi there, Pam. Hi, Mary. Hi, Lisa. So while this is loading, I just want to say I'm humbly grateful for today's free shipping and your support of my my business, because without you, I couldn't do what I do. I wouldn't obviously be doing these videos, because I think that would be kind of just strange if I was making them for myself. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Tom. Oops, hi Lois, there we go. I saw the first name. So yeah, my iPad's up and running, so I'm just gonna put that down. But what I wanna share with you is something really exciting that happened just today, and part of it was because of the promotions and all of your orders that have come through today as well. Because of you, I have earned the next incentive trip for 2022, because that's how far out they plan, and so they give us 12 months to do it. I've done it now in 5.5 because of you guys, and I'm still like in a pinch me, because the order that put me over just came in just before this live video, and I'm gonna see if she pops on because I don't want to wreck it. There she is. Hi, Donna Steele. Donna, I'm just sharing with everybody here live that your order that I just placed for you, and haven't even had a chance to respond as a thank you, but I did place it because I'm always so worried things are going to sell out. So I placed your order, and that order put me over the top to earn the next 2022 incentive trip to the Western Caribbean. Thank you and everybody else so much. So usually what I do when somebody puts me over for like, say like a career high sales something or other, or the incentive trip, I always say, hey, I want to reward you. And so go through the catalogs and pick out your favorite stamp set or a stamp set that you want. And that's going to be my little special treat to you. So Donna, if you're still watching, pick out a stamp set for that. And I will remind you too in the thank you that I send out. Hey there, Tori and Ruth and Mary. So great. Here's today's card. So enough about that, but not enough because you guys are that great. And so I do want to get going, because sometimes people are like, I don't want to sit here and listen to a ramble when I could be watching a card. Okay, so today is card number 2. Thank you guys, though. You guys are so sweet. Ginger Anderson's the hostess, my virtual hostess, and so I'm putting this card together today for her. This was my little sprig of green. I'm like, oh, can I make an all green card? I thought I could, but I put a little bit of green on here for St. Patrick's Day. And let me get my camera turned around. So when I was chatting with Ginger about her party and such, sometimes hostesses give me ideas of what they would like to see and such. And she's like, if you could do something with, I have the tulips, and show me how to do something with the tulips, I would appreciate that. So because spring should be coming, like last week, I thought it was here, and then, you know, snow came. But I think that we need to make some tulips. So that is what we're doing today. So where these come from, this is the Great Timeless Tulips stamp set, and many of you might have this because it came out in last year's occasions, like spring catalog, and then they carried it over. So it's in the annual catalog on page 21. And it does have one of these little circles here that says distinctive with the ink in there. in the main part of it there. So hi Kay, hi Pam, and thanks again, you guys. You guys are so sweet with your comments today. So with that, what I love best about this stamp set is this distinctive, because when you stamp it in a solid color, like you'll see on the card here, these have been stamped like in solid Highland Heather and solid So Saffron, but you can see there's darker and lighter, and even within the leaves too, even though it's just one ink. And that is because the way the artists have designed the stamps here, and I don't have ink on them, so I can kind of show you. This one's very well loved and stained. You can see there's differences in how it's kind of modeled to give you that look. So I love it when they have that. Another feature that I really love about the stamp set is all the different sentiments. So happy Mother's Day, get well, hello, happy birthday, Easter, even sympathy. And so there's not too often that a stamp set is made that has all those different sentiments in there. So that's one reason that this is a great stamp set to have, not only for spring and tulips, but all year round. Tulips have a special place in my heart because I was a foreign exchange student and I lived in Holland. And so tulips have been my favorite flower ever since. Now for the pretty papers, this is that mercury glass acetate, and this is from the Hydrangea Hill. So even though these are tulips, not hydrangeas, I went with some of the paper here that was more neutral, that didn't look like hydrangeas, and then in excuse me, I should backtrack. This is the mini catalog on page 19. So all of the fun Hydrangea Hill things, I kind of thought, you know what, I think I can pull this in. So I'm using the Pastel Pearls, I'm using the Gorgeous Grape Ribbon, and I'm using the Mercury Acetate here and the pretty papers. In fact, I kind of want to show you that Mercury Acetate because it is pretty fun. So here is the Highland Heather version. Hopefully the camera picks it up well, but it is kind of fun. So it's got that kind of mottled look. Stampin' Up! Carried a different color combination in a fall offering a while back, and I loved it. Hi, Julie. Hi, Ginger. Okay, and then the back side is silver. So we've got Highland Heather and then Rococo Rose, which is great for pink. I only want to hold up one sheet so you can kind of see those holes in there too. All of the backs of the sheets are silver, and then also you'll want to kind of note before I forget is that if you kind of go like this or even attach a piece of tape, there's a covering on here that you pull off, and all of this has like a covering, just like a plastic sheet. And sometimes I have to really work on that. And so I didn't want to do it on here because I thought, yeah, the more I try, the more it's not going to work. Isn't that, you know, how it goes? But just know that before you use it, that's what you should work with. So Weston, I still need the ribbon, but then you can use it. Weston's really liking the ribbon today. Okay, and then the Hydrangea Hill paper, that's the other that I'm using today too. And so on a bigger scale, doesn't this just look like it could make a great like Easter shirt for like a guy or something with the pinstripes in there and such? You can have this when I'm done. Okay, this is Weston's ribbon that he's been playing with. So I might actually have a spool if it disappears. So it was on a spool, and you can tell it has made its way. Kind of like Harold and the purple crayon. It's kind of like Weston and the purple ribbon today. Alrighty, so let me get to making my card for you guys, or Ginger's for Ginger's party. But that's the whole benefit, and I love that somebody's having a party and everybody gets to join in and be a part of it too. So hi Pam, I'm glad it's your first time here. Oh, and thank you for sharing. Sometimes when I see that, I'm grateful when you guys share. But then it makes me nervous because then I feel like, oh my goodness, more people are going to be seeing me. Okay, so I'm going to do some just basic building of the card here with the base. And so my base here is Highland Heather and just the regular size, cut in half, folded this way today. So 5 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then usually when I do like the inside of a card or the next layer on a card this way, my measurements are 4 by 5 1/4. So what I wanted to come up with when I came up with these two pieces, the mercury glass acetate as well as the Hydrangea Hill, I wanted this to be 4 inches wide, and then the total of the two, 5 1/4 still. Sometimes I do a little bit of an overlap, but with these dots that are clear, I thought that could look really goofy, and then I didn't know, you know, how that might look or whatever. So I measured this one 2 1/4 and this one exactly 3 inches so that they butt up together, and that's pretty easy to do. So also with the acetate, for some reason, I am able to use a lot of my adhesives on here, and it really doesn't show like some of, like if I was working with vellum or something, and we always have to be careful that you don't use glue dots or different things because it shows. But when I used this before with the mercury glass acetate, it really didn't show. So what I love about it is our seal product here is so sturdy that I want to put it on just because it's a shinier surface that way. And then I'm going to put the other piece down with my seal, and it was hard because I love this Rococo Rose splatter look on the back side of that too. So like anything, pick and choose. So this, I'm just going to butt up the edges together and then press that down. And then, like I said, we have that total look of 1/4 inch around all the edges, which is what I usually go with often. So to just save some time today, I pre-cut this die from the Stitch So Sweetly dies. I'm going to use this set later, but I want to stamp first and then cut it out. So the Stitch So Sweetly dies kind of has this nice little arrangement of some frames like so here, and then a lot of scalloped rectangles, and they're all stitched. So this has been a very popular offering. Like my customers, I always say stamping friends. I don't know why I said customers today because I feel like we're all friends. If we've stamped, we're friends. So Stitch So Sweetly dies, and it's been really popular. No surprise, just because this shape and the stitching and the scallop is so appealing for so many projects, and that works out great too. So I'm going to start with this and do my stamping on this. So I'm just going to put down my Stampin' Pierce mat because these stamps are photopolymer, and because of that I want to stamp on my Stampin' mat so that I get a good crisp image. I was going to use my Old Olive, but it just looked too dark of a green, and that's kind of my go-to when I do like floral things or nature things. But Pear Pizzazz was just a little bit lighter, and I liked the look of that with my So Saffron and Highland Heather tulips that I'm going to end up putting on here. I'm just going to grab a piece of scratch paper here. You can tell I've been working on this just to cover up my Pierce mat, because I'm going to go off the edges, and then I know what's going to happen is it's going to go on my Pierce mat, and I could end up accidentally picking that up when I turn it over to put my adhesive on. So I'm going to have one going that way, and then kind of one overlapping it going this way, like so, the stems. This is a narrower stamp, so when you ink up, make sure you don't want to rock it, and especially if you're stamping, pressing it down, because you can see the ink on the corner there. So just make sure you do a firm press down, but don't rock it, because that's going to get those edges caught. And then I'm going to follow up with the fun leaf here by just kind of putting it right next to the edge of that stem, and another one, and then same with, oops, with this one and that one. I'm just kind of rotating for a different look, like so. And with this, like the distinctive ink, you can see that that there's lighter and darker on there, and I didn't feel the need to mask if the leaves overlapped. I just thought on this particular project today, it just kind of added depth and texture, but didn't take away from that. So I'm done with this. I'm going to set that aside. And next I'm going to do some tulips. So for the light colors today, I'm going to use So Saffron, a nice light yellow color. And I'm going to grab a piece of scratch paper here. And this is where I always pick up my tulip builder punch that I'm going to use with you guys today, the flower. And you could do petals with that, or excuse me, leaves. Well, actually, you could do petals too for your tulip. So I look at this like if I stamp my tulip over here, then I'm going to get a lot of excess cut off there. So I'm going to make sure that I stamp my tulip over here. Just words of, I've done it wrong so many times just because I don't think through ahead of time, that I like to share that with you guys. And you can see the color difference there. I'm just going to feed that into my punch. One of here. Sometimes I just need to put my arms around the camera so that you guys can still see. And this is why if you're new to stamping, you're going to want to stamp first and then do your punching so that you can line that up perfectly and pop that out. Hi Kay, hi Joan, good to have you guys here. And just going to wipe off my stamp because we're going to change colors. Same tulip stamp. But next I'm going to go with the Highland Heather, which is the same color as the card base and the pretty paper that we're working with. And I'm going to ink that up and stamp that down. And I'm just going to set that aside for now. And same thing, line that up. And I love the purple, and it's kind of funny because you guys know I love blue, and so I can always tell who my blue fans are when I make a blue card, but I didn't realize till I made a couple purple cards how many purple fans I have out there. So I thought if I have my purple fans watching today, you'll be excited about today's card. All right, so to keep building on this, I kind of, with the nice pretty papers here, wanted this to be lifted up a little bit with dimensionals just so it wasn't laying so flat on there. And I felt like it just made it look a little bit more special for some reason. So I was putting these on. My grandson said, "What are those creatures?" Said they're dimensionals. I don't know. I can't really see a creature look to them, but that was kind of cute. Maybe he meant the tulips or something if they looked like that, but it's always cute to hear what they think things are or the name that they have for that. Hey there, Drake. Good to see you, honey. Miss you. And Amy, good to see you too. All right. So I'm going to center that on here like so for kind of that base. And now for the tulips, I'm going to do another pop up of those as well. So I'm going to just flip both of them over, put a couple more dimensionals on each of those like so, and peel off those papers. Like I said, I wish sometimes that they would come, but I think that would be a disaster, a whole sheet where you could just rip it off and then all the dimensionals were exposed so you wouldn't have to take off all the papers. But like I said, I could see that being stuck to everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to put the lavender kind of going off to the side a little bit there. And then I kind of want the yellow one to sit down a little bit more into the greenery. So even though that's the stem, you can kind of play around with that stem for how long you want it to be for your project as well. And I kind of want that one to tip a little bit the opposite way. So really easy to build your tulips that way. And that's what I love about the punch and the stamp set, because it comes together really, really easily and cute. So now for the greeting and the focal point. The greeting that I chose, like I said, there were so many in that set, but because I'm sending you the made up card for those that are ordering through Ginger's Party, and there have been orders today for Ginger's Party because of the free shipping, and I can't wait to check in with her tonight to let her know how the day went, because it's fantastic for her party. It's kind of neat that Stampin' Up! Came out with that flash sale. I didn't know about it when we started planning her party, so it's been a nice boost. And because you guys like generic cards, I'm going with the hello just because it's something that everybody can use, maybe easier than some of the other sentiments on there. So let me pull over my cut and emboss machine. And this is also, this tiny little frame is also from the Stitch So Sweetly dies. So, oh, thanks, Pam. Yeah, I love it when you guys say, hey, I've just ordered this or I'm going to or whatever, because then it's kind of fun for me to go, oh, you guys have this stuff. So I'm giving you ideas to use with what you have. So that's exciting. So these frames, what I love about them is the nice open surface so you can see exactly where you've stamped and then line that up. And hopefully it doesn't stick to the cutting pad. There we go. And so you can see that nice stitched edging around that little hello. And that's why I was able to do the first die just to save time, did that one first, and then this one I wanted to stamp first before I ran it through. And I kind of wanted to put this on, and even popped up, it just kind of faded into the background, so that's where I went, I need some ribbon. And actually I do need some ribbon. Hold on. Okay. Weston took my ribbon back out to the living room, but I have a second spool. Imagine that. So same color and everything. So this is the Gorgeous Grape. Whoops. Sometimes the camera wants to, there we go, Gorgeous Grape, and it's just called Sheer Ribbon. Here we go, Sheer Ribbon. And this is part of that Hydrangea Hill suite of products too. So I'm just going to find a couple glue dots here and just kind of press it down towards the middle, right on there, just a couple of them. I'm not too worried about lining it up or anything because it's just going to kind of help the ribbon sit there. So I'm going to eye how much I need, and I'm not going to tie anything on this. I just kind of want it to be a little tab pullover. And with my ribbon cutting scissors, I'm going to cut. And this one I want it cut at an angle as well. So that's all I need. And then I'm just going to kind of do that little crisscross. Like I said, so this has like a little tab sticking up. Hi, Shelly. Hi, Rosina. And now I'm just going to press this down like so. And even though this is tiny, I'm going to put a couple dimensionals on the back side of that because of that ribbon being sheer. I want to make sure it gets a good stick on to that ribbon. Maybe here. Okay. And then I'm just going to center that right underneath my tulips. And I think that, to me, just really made the card look finished to have that ribbon on there, just with the hello, almost looking like, kind of reminds me of like a little fancy cloth napkin ring on there, like so. Hi, Pam. And with that, I've got lots of Pams watching today. And Robin, I haven't seen you on here for a while. This is great. So I just thought that finished it and kind of just brought those stems together like so, and just brought in a little bit more purple to bring all of that in. So like I said, for my purple loving fans, this is great. But next, but wait, there's more. So I'm doing my own infomercial there, but wait, there's more. For the inside, with it being a hello card, I just want to keep that kind of just plain simple for you to write on, but I also want to just stamp the tulip in there just for kind of a little bit of a follow through from the front of the card to that. So let me just tape that down in there quick. And then I do have some accessories that I'm going to add as well, because I wasn't sure if I should add more accessories or with the ribbon and everything going on with the different paper, but I really thought it was kind of fun to add some accessories. And these are a really easy choice too, because they are part of the Hydrangea Hill suite. And these are those Pastel Pearls. And they were on back order for quite a while and actually unorderable for a while, but they're back in stock. So I've been ordering these for a lot of people today, mostly because of the free shipping deal going on, and also because they were out for so long, people are finally able to place an order for them. So there's Rococo Rose, Seaside Spray, Gorgeous Grape, but the color I'm using is the Highland Heather because that's kind of the theme of the day. So with my Take Your Pick tool, I'm just going to lift one up, kind of set it in between the two, and then I'm going to put one kind of up here. I don't want to make it look like an exact triangle, but I wanted to find some white spaces, and that's kind of where it could have ended up looking, was kind of like a triangle, but I wanted it to look a little bit more eye-pleasing by off-centering them that way. And 3 or an odd number is always a good number of accessory to put on there. So that is Ginger's card number 2, inside, outside. And a lot of you guys are watching, so I'm really excited about that. Let me turn my camera back around. So how you can get Ginger's cards that I'm making. Yesterday was the Easy Peasy Shaker card with the ice cream bundle suite, or ice cream bundle and the suite of products, yes. And so then today's card, tomorrow I'll do card number 3 in the afternoon. How you can get all 3 cards is if you place a minimum $25 order using Ginger's host code. It was on my workstation, but sometimes that gets covered up as I craft away. I'm next going to take a picture and upload it with all the supplies that I used today to make the card, and then that will have Ginger's host code along with the picture as well. So she wants to close her party around March 25th. So that will give you some time if you don't want to order today. You still have some time to do that, but then you'll get all 3 cards as a thank you from both her and I for ordering. And then also don't forget today then, free shipping all day. It's a 24-hour sale. So if you're here in Minnesota, we actually have until 1 a.m. To get those orders in. But the way orders have come in, I'm just really grateful. I'm thinking, is there anybody left to order it? But anyway, it's been great. And congrats again to Donna Steele for putting me over, and can't wait to see what fun stamp set she picks out as a thank you from me to her for being that special order today. You guys are all special, and I love it when different people win and don't even know that they won or enter for different things, so that I can spread the joy out over all of you guys. So have a great St. Patrick's Day, and see you tomorrow afternoon. Bye-bye.